The mighty Mississippi River rolls on, and tonight one team will roll even closer to sealing their playoff fate. Memphis 901 FC hosts Monterey Bay. USL Championship coming up next. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Memphis, Tennessee, AutoZone Park, the home of Memphis 901 FC. Tonight, they take on Monterey Bay FC. Hello, everybody. With Ed Crayon, I am Tim Van Horn, and we're just moments away from kickoff on a very important match. These teams, of course, in different conferences, and at the moment, different trajectories. Memphis 901 FC, the home team, sitting in the top 5 in the West, and a win would help further their chances in gaining a first-round playoff spot in the Eastern Conference playoffs. For Monterey Bay, they are just on the outside looking in, and a win tonight would be big for them to leapfrog them and give them a better chance in the West. Let's take a look at the players to watch for tonight. Alex Dixon has been fantastic for Monterey Bay this year. He's got a team-high 10 goals, and if that name sounds familiar for Memphis 901 FC fans, oh yeah, he played with the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, and we all know that they have had a history of having terrific players, but this year Dixon has been no exception, and he has been on fire for them. This year he has picked up 10 goals along with 2 assists, and he's going to be a handful for Memphis 901 FC. You know who also is a handful in the USL Championship? That's Rodrigo DaCosta. He also has 10 goals. He has 3 assists to go with that, and much of the traffic is going to go through him. He has been a terrific pickup from Tulsa FC, or rather FC Tulsa, I should say, and we're going to keep an eye on him as, Monterey Bay had best do that as well. He's got a lot of firepower around him, a lot around him on the bench as well. And both of these teams really need a win tonight, and we'll have those starting lineups for you coming up in just a few moments. Who's going to play around DaCosta, who's going to play around Dixon? That's on the way next. Starting lineups, your coaches, and kickoff with the USL Championship on ESPN+.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. I'm talking with longtime customers about why they love the Shot Nurse. What do you love about the Shot Nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the Shot Nurse always has everything I need, and I don't need an appointment. I love it.
For efficient wellness and immunization services, the Shot Nurse is your wise choice.
Solutions you need with a personal touch. The Shot Nurse.
It's time to cash in on your home equity with our great low interest rates. We offer 1.99% APR for the first 6 months. If you're thinking about a major remodeling project, purchasing a new vehicle, funding a dream vacation, or more, a home equity line of credit from First South Financial is a great way to make that happen. Offer ends soon. To find out more, visit firstsouth.com or give us a call at 901-380-7400 today for details.
Bad Boy Mowers. Born here, raised here, tested here, and proven here. With advanced engineering and power, a groundbreaking 3-link suspension, and personalized settings built for here, the fields, front lawns, and backyards of America. Bad Boy. Mow with an attitude.
At Junk Luggers, our commitment to donating and recycling is a founding principle. We're a locally owned business striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills by 2025. While quality customer service, respectful team members, and competitive pricing are all industry standards, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
Welcome back to Memphis, Tennessee and AutoZone Park. USL Championship action. Memphis 901 FC hosting Monterey Bay FC. Along with Ed Crayon, I am Tim Van Horn. Leston Paul celebrating his 100th appearance with Memphis 901 FC. He has been here from day one. He is a rock. Well, we're getting ready to rock. Let's take a look at the lineups tonight for the visiting Monterey Bay FC. And yeah, in goal tonight's going to be Carlos Herrera. He's got one clean sheet of across the back. It's going to be Lara, Baca, Murphy, and Glasser for Memphis 901 FC this evening. Drew Romig will anchor the defense in goal. You've got McFadden, Graham Smith, Lucas Turchi, Akeem Ward, and then Malloy and Paul will sit in front of them. And Kelly and Fernando will run wild up and down the wings. DaCosta and Lapa up top this evening. And those lineups brought to you by AutoZone, as we are about 30 seconds away from kickoff here in Memphis. There's a look at the captain in the distance, Leston Paul, and Jeremy Kelly in the foreground. And Jeremy Kelly enjoying another good season for Memphis 901 FC. He is a fan favorite here. Good to see him out there and raring to go tonight. Then you see the select soccer ball. Love those. Love the dimpled soccer balls into Crayon, because even a guy like me can hit those straight, and those are used worldwide.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So the official ball of the USL Championship. It is good to see a clear evening tonight. Kickoff temperature around 75, 76 degrees, and we are underway in Memphis. Monterey Bay in white, Memphis 901 FC in their dark blues tonight. And we're playing a little pinball here, and a header cushion by Kai Green that'll go all the way back to Carlos Herrera. So Monterey Bay sitting 9th place in the West. There's a giveaway in the attacking third. Fernando looking for Lapa, who lays it off for DaCosta, just a little heavy. And Hugh Roberts, another familiar name to Memphis fans, that's going to be out for a throw. Used to play with North Carolina FC. Okay. We've seen him as recently as 2020. And back underway here in Memphis.
Just to touch on Leston Paul there, 100 appearances. What a servant he's been to this club, Tim, so far. Last couple of years, an absolute stalwart, a brilliant rock in the middle for 901. Brilliant achievement.
Memphis trying to build on that dramatic win on Wednesday night against Tampa Bay Rowdies, coming back from behind twice.
Still recovering from that one.
And then sealed the deal late on with an own goal, although personally I would have given the goal to Rashawn Dolly for following through on the back post. But, you know, we'll take the 3 points where we can find them, and Memphis finds themselves in 5th place and still looking to push even higher, which the higher you go, the longer you can have home field advantage in the USL Championship playoffs. And, you know, on any given night, that home field advantage certainly helps out well. There's Drew Romig, and he'll bring it across near side on that switch to Lucas Turchi. And he's going to play route one over the top to Kelly, who lays it off to Fernando. Now Bruno Lapa, centering pass, looking for Fernando. He gets all the way through. Shot and parried away by Herrera as DaCosta fires a missile. And now we've got what looks to maybe be an offside call here in the 3rd minute, but early drama on, and if you're looking to make that first save to get yourself in the match, can't get any better than what Herrera just did.
What a super ball from Lucas Turchi, brilliant pass, just great build-up from 901, great pullback from Lapa, and this is where DaCosta's class. What a save, though. I mean, that's top drawer 2-3 minutes into the game.
Memphis with a signal of intent early on. And Monterey Bay up to the task.
It's going to give that keeper confidence. That's a fantastic save. That's not an easy one, too. DaCosta last week, I think it was a kind of a similar one that he put in the bottom corner against Tampa Bay. Just that little pullback onto his left, and he's so dangerous when it comes onto that left foot. So makes it more of an impressive save.
Reese Buckmaster, Emerson Heineman on the injury report tonight, presented by Campbell Clinic. You can see Dawkins, Fair, Maldonado, and Robinson for Monterey Bay. That's going to be touched out for a Monterey Bay throw-in. There's a look at the head coaches. There's Stephen Glass, and this is brought to you by XMC Technologies. In his first season in Memphis, following the most successful season in Memphis 901 FC history, And I got to tell you, it's not an easy job to follow that up, but he's done it. He's done a terrific job. The players are buying in, and they're playing well at the right time.
Yeah, you can tell the boys want to play for him. And like you said, last season was a great season, but you know, another win or two here, and we're right up there again where we were last season. So great to see from Stephen Glass.
Aaron Malloy steps up, puts some pressure on. However, Monterey Bay now maintaining possession, going over the top, looking for Alex Dixon. That's going to be out for a goal kick for Memphis. Got to watch Alex Dixon.
Yeah.
The guy can bury the ball, no doubt about that. And there's a look at Maury Donor. He's got a goal and 2 assists on the season. Drew Romig, your starter this evening. He's been the guy for most of the year. Aiden McFadden, the right back, who once played with Stephen Glass at Atlanta United 2 for Memphis, and here they come trying to break. Jeremy Kelly cuts inside for McFadden, but he'll go short route to the captain, Leston Paul, who finds Luis Fernando. Leston Paul, the Trinidad and Tobago international. He's retired from international duty, but he's far from done with Memphis. Here's Bruno Lapa with a centering ball, and that's going to be deflected out for your first Celtic crossing corner kick of the match. And a very good start, crisp start from Memphis, fair to say?
Yeah, Memphis have looked really, really sharp, overlapping runs, getting in the pockets. Lapa's looked lively, a couple of cross attempts, and obviously that man DaCosta as well. So really, really bright spark so far, and everybody seems to be buzzing on this beautiful evening here in Memphis.
Corner kick by Malloy, and the one-timer over the top. Was that off of Turchi? I believe it was, for a goal kick. But good penetrating run by Lucas Turchi. You love to see your center backs get involved on those set pieces. Yeah, and he's a big, big man, Turchi, as well. So if it does get near him, we've seen him a couple of times this year have a few header goals for 901. So, yeah, listen, great start for 901. If you're Stephen Glass, you're buzzing with this start. So let's hope they can keep it up and maybe nick one. Carlos Herrera already called into action moments ago. He'll send this deep for Monterey Bay. Malloy wins that header. And now we're playing keepy-uppy for a moment. Memphis will settle with Bruno. Over to Jeremy Kelly. Jeremy chips over the top, looking for Rodrigo DaCosta, and Carlos Herrera. That's just great positioning and instinct, right? If he's not off of his line, DaCosta has a pretty good chance to settle that down, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, his keeper's already impressed me. It's 5 minutes into the game, 6 minutes. He's, you know, he knows he's going to be busy tonight. He has to be on his toes, but
here's a run now by Donor. Donor, is he going to run out of real estate? He does. Flag goes up, and that will be a goal kick. Nice hustle by the assistant referee on the near side to be able to see that the ball in its entirety crossed the line. And there's Frank Yallop. And anyone that has watched any MLS in the last quarter of a century knows this man. He has been there, done that, part of that great Chicago Fire team around the turn of the century. He has done quite the job at club and at international level, and has done well in the USL Championship as well. One of the great names in U.S. soccer coaching.
Yeah, puts a good side on the pitch, very organized, and obviously they're what, 9th in the West, and still in with a hunt as well for playoffs. So, you know, he'll definitely have them up for this tonight.
And now Herrera dropped all the way back to him. They'll take a moment with Lucas Turchi to settle down, and back to Graham Smith. And now Bruno Lapa over to Kelly. Very lively duo tonight.
Yeah, Lapa and Kelly are flying it tonight already.
Malloy switches it far side to Aiden McFadden. Into Luis Fernando. A heavy touch, though. I think that ball zipped in and rolled over his foot. And now it's a foot race for Graham Smith and for Alex Dixon. And Smith had a step on him and was able to get it back to Drew Romig. 9th minute. Already had a little bit of a end-to-end action. as Memphis had a terrific chance in the 3rd minute. Monterey Bay has shown its intention as well. McFadden with a sliding save, but that's only going to go as far as Hugh Roberts. And now Sam Gleedle. Push that inside. And now over the top again. They're going to try this, I think, time and again, and implement Maury Donor. And that's going to be out for a Monterey throw. And you've seen several teams try to do this in AutoZone Park. It's just try to go over the top. There is some risk to it. It's low risk if you turn it over.
Yeah.
And you only have to be right once or twice to be able to pull it off. But Memphis has seen this time and again and seems to be well equipped and wise to it. There's a ball centering in, and Drew Romig is the nearest individual. Quickly distributes out to Aiden McFadden.
Yeah, and 901 obviously conceded on a long ball against Tampa as well, so maybe that's something Frank Yallop and his staff kind of looked at, maybe test them early with a few long balls.
Turchi harassed, and that long cross falls short, but then turned right over to Aiden McFadden. And now Fernando. Fernando loves to penetrate from the wing, but this time he goes inside with a centering pass. That's up and headed away. But Memphis persistent in their pressure. Bruno Lapa. Lapa still putting pressure on Hugh Roberts, but Roberts is able to clear that out, and only as far as Graham Smith. Memphis, 901 FC, persistent pressure here. Now we see Akeem Ward.
This is where they're good, 901, shifting Monterey left to right, creating those gaps, waiting for the opportunity. Very comfortable on the ball, each of them, so no worries really. And they're just going to wait and pick you apart if they can.
Kelly with the flick on for DaCosta. DaCosta held firm. I think Kelly thought he was going to break toward the goal on the center channel. And now Jeremy Kelly down the left side. He's got Ward if he wants him. Instead, he'll pull it to the middle. Crossing run. It's a diagonal far to near by Fernando, but that's intercepted. And then what looked to be a toe ball. It was a clever ball from Baca, but that was intercepted by Memphis. Sometimes it's just that little subtle flick on with the outside of the boot or even the toe. Although I don't think you ever admit that you toe the ball.
Yeah, well, if it goes in the net, it goes in the net. Or if the passes, the toe ball can be used.
No doubt about that. First 11 minutes or so, Memphis with about 62% of the possession. Seems about right. But so far, Monterey has bent a little bit, but they have not been broken. But Memphis, a very bright start in this match. So here's Lucas Turchi, the Brazilian. He'll go to Akeem Ward. Kelly tries to go through 3 men. That's a good no call at first, and maybe the foul is on the second challenge. We'll see where the referee spots us. They'll call the third bit of contact against Kelly as a foul, and we'll have a restart here at AutoZone Park. Tonight's referee, Abdul Nadie. Rhett Hamill, Austin Holt are the assistants, and Deshaun Beard will be telling us a little bit later how much Miller Lite stoppage time. The fourth official this evening.
You just never know these days.
No.
So we see Monterey kind of in a back 5 when they don't have it. Back 5 is very, very difficult to break down. So 901 have to be patient here and just kind of, like we said, just shift the ball left to right and wait for that little opportunity. Get McFadden high. Akeem Ward is high, so looking to recycle the ball and maybe create 2v1s or 1v1s on the outside. So
outside of the boot, looking for Aiden McFadden. That's intercepted, but back to Memphis. Lapa with a drive, and that is going to be off of Hugh Roberts for another Celtic crossing corner kick. But Memphis, again, able to unlock an opportunity through that back 5. Here's another look at it, and that's a great pass by Kelly, but good work by Memphis to stay persistent after it was blocked, and then that's just terrific defense by Hugh Roberts. Never say die.
Brilliant defending. Patient from 901. A little bit lucky on the. I think it was just a bounce off a Monterey player, but brilliant. And again, Lapa, there's that guy we've talked about, so lively tonight.
In swinger Herrera knocks it down and is able to corral it himself. Not sure if he was going to roll that out or try to route one that by kick.
Yeah, he thought about it.
I think he's going to take a moment, just let things settle down. He'll send it over to Alejandro Lara. And now an over-the-top ball looking for Dixon. Or rather, that's not Dixon, that's Ugo Oakley. Graham Smith gets it out of the center of the box. Akeem Ward with a sliding drive. And now Memphis will try to counter quickly, but look at Hugh Roberts slowing things down. That's a good job. Referee says play on. Fernando has space. He has time. He has Jeremy Kelly. The layoff will be to Kelly. Kelly with 3 goals and an assist on the season. Over to Fernando. Kelly's been known to shoot from there from time to time, and so does Malloy, and he tries, and that is blocked. Ambitious at best. Switching over to Fernando.
Yeah, you don't mind those shots, Tim, from distance. You know, if they are going to sit in the back 5, if they do find themselves in shooting range like Malloy, Kelly, these boys can strike a football really well. So it's actually good to see that it's not just the same stuff over and over again from them.
Stephen Glass coming out of the dugout with some instruction, some modifications here in the 16th minute. I think he's going to like what he sees, but continues to tweak. And there's a look at Chase Boone. And now a big switch across the pitch. Good drive by Rafael Baca. Memphis 901 FC with plenty behind the balls. Memphis providing some steady pressure. They're not turning the screws 100%, but they are providing enough to cause Monterey to spend significant time in their own half. But for Monterey, this may not be the worst thing in the world, with Memphis with that extended spell of possession in the attacking half. Let Memphis chase just a bit.
Yeah, they haven't had the ball a lot, so they'll want it.
And now here's Oakley with a drive, and that is going to be a worm killer that's going to skid to the left. But
there's that long ball again.
It's an opportunity for Monterey Bay. Maybe the finished product not so pretty, but the ball over the top, providing a chance for Monterey Bay. Drew Romick had it covered.
I'm actually interested to see how onside he was, or was it close there, because it looked tight. A few 901 players were kind of protesting a wee bit. But that's, like I said, Frank Yallop will have looked at the Tampa Bay game and looked at those little driven balls on Torchy's side.
Here comes Aiden McFadden. All the way back to Leston Paul. And now Kelly. Kelly finds Lapa. Bruno will not take a rip from there. He gives it to Fernando. Fernando with a couple of step overs. Finds some space for the left foot. Instead tries the right foot, and that is right at Herrera's head. Easy save for him. Good positioning, but good work on the wing by Memphis. Another opportunity, but from maybe a bit of an acute angle. Here's another look at that.
Yeah, brilliant feed from Fernando. Last couple of weeks, he's looked back to his old self from the injury he had earlier in the season. And that's what you need. I mean, you want him isolating that fullback or centre back and getting at him. So, you know, eventually he's going to put one across the goal or make the keeper get down and make a save as well. But again, bright spark for 901. Luis Fernando scoring goals and taking people on. Also, you see he wants to go to his left, but he's actually quite comfortable on his right as well if he gets on it.
Which is refreshing, because even at this level of professional soccer, you don't see that in every player.
No, not all the time. I mean, you know, I've noticed lately a little bit more that he is kind of comfortable with going to his right if he has to. But it took him a while when he came back from his injury, Fernando. I think he was out with a groin or a hamstring injury. You know, he was very, very hesitant the first couple of games, but lately he's been absolutely fantastic again, flying.
We've got a Monterey player down, a collision there with Akeem Ward. Nothing malicious, didn't look like there was a foul.
Ooh, was after the play there, I think.
Corey Donor got clipped. And then perhaps Murphy was called for the foul in the return. So Memphis 901 FC will have the free kick. Donor's going to come off, maybe. Let's see if he comes. He may have to come off for a moment and then be hailed back on. We'll see what the referee calls for. No, they're going to let him stay on. I think that's the right call.
Yeah, just a little accident. Akeem got up and kind of just caught him on the side of the head as he was running away.
21st minute, we've had some action on both ends. Memphis 901 FC with the better chances, but Monterey Bay has not been without its opportunities as well. And while Stephen Glass may be the happier when it comes to the signals of intent by Memphis, Frank Gallup can't be disappointed, because even with all this pressure, Memphis has nothing to show for it.
Yeah, nothing to show. And the danger is the longer it goes on. So, you know, I think if you're Frank Gallup, you're actually all right with it away from home.
Miscue by Memphis.
We saw last week, like, football's a strange game, Tim. You know, Tampa Bay didn't really have the ball for much. One long ball, they were 1-0 up. So, you know, it can change in an instant.
It's beautiful weather in Memphis. It's a great night for some soccer. Now we got a short stoppage here, a little patch of grass tamped down. A little gardening by Sam Gleedle.
Wonder if they can come to my house.
Wait, I saw you at the Zoo Splash Park on Monday. Didn't you already have your yard work done?
I should have had, I shouldn't have been there.
We had our, Enda and I had our families at the Memphis Zoo's new splash park, which is wonderful. If you're ever going to visit Memphis, that's an absolute must-see. There's an over-the-top ball by Graham Smith. Is DaCosta onside? The flag stays down for the moment. Centering ball back to the top of the box, and that's going to be dealt with. Good team defending.
Yeah, I don't think he's offside at all, actually.
Here's a turn by Leston Paul. He's got some space. Not typically one to penetrate and shoot, though. No goals ever for Memphis in his 100 appearances. And now Fernando switches over to Akeem Ward. He knows how to hit open men. Header by Fernando, and again, Herrera, good positioning, and is able to carry that to the ground and cushion it. Another good opportunity by Memphis. Another good save by Herrera.
He's possessed tonight, Herrera. I don't know if DaCosta got full connection on it, but fantastic ball again in between the two centre halves.
And you're right, it was DaCosta. Fernando streaking beside him. That can be a distraction for a goalkeeper too.
Yep.
When you have two players, you have a split second to determine who's going to make the contact on that.
Yeah, it's brilliant movement again from DaCosta. I mean, once he finds the two centre backs, once they're finding between the two of them, so difficult to pick up. It's what you want all centre forwards, attackers to do, is find that space. And I love, actually, Akeem Ward. It's not just touch down the left and whip it. He can come inside onto his right, and it makes it so difficult then for the defender which way he's going to go.
Here's a shocking stat for you, just based upon what we've seen here in the 24th minute. Carlos Herrera just one clean sheet this season, and this is his 13th match.
That's it. That's a crazy stat considering so far the man has done pretty well tonight.
There's a good turn by Akeem Ward. Let's see if Jeremy Kelly can get out of danger. He makes the turn. The ball does stay in. And now he's able to get it into the middle of the pitch to Bruno Lapa. And there's Jeremy Kelly again. Fernando, I believe he was kept onside. And drops that to Leston Paul. Leston shoots.
After you saying it earlier.
He must have heard it.
He must have heard it. Wouldn't that be something for him to get a goal?
Oh, wow, that would be incredible.
Yeah, roof would come off for that one.
I think cats and dogs would start getting along. It'd be amazing. Here's Jeremy Kelly. And now Akeem Ward.
Might have been on target too, Leston's shot, if I hadn't taken a little deflection.
Hard work by McFadden to earn the throw, and now over the top to DaCosta. Now Fernando thinks about shooting, decides not to, launches a balloon over the top, a little too much mustard on the hot dog, and that is going to be out for a Monterey Bay throw. 66% possession for Memphis 901 FC through the first 25 minutes. Attack-wise, shots for Memphis 5, 1 for Monterey. 3 saves already for Herrera.
He's been the busier of the two keepers, no doubt, Tim. No doubt.
Good 1-2-3 work from Memphis. McFadden wants the ball on the far side. Malloy puts it behind him. He's going to have to come back, and they'll reset with Leston Paul. Oh, looking for DaCosta. Could not find him as that is intercepted. Nicely done by Rafael Baca. And now here comes Monterey Bay. And there will be a foul as Oakley goes down hard near the center circle for a free kick. Lucas Turchi just looks thick.
He's just a big, strong man. That boy can...
He's a big man with this foot skills.
Yeah, quality
of a well-trained Brazilian footballer.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he came here mostly as a centre mid. Obviously he's had to go back and fill in as a centre half as well for 901. Shows the adaptability of the man.
And Herrera has to come out into a different zip code to get the ball that was played back to him. It was played softly. He charges out, just sends that to Drew Romick to buy his defense and the rest of the club some time to reset their lines.
Yeah, if you're Frank Yallop, Tim, I think you're probably thinking Herrera's having a lot to do here tonight already. You know, maybe these little soft passes, losing the ball, he'll be expecting, you know, he won't want his keeper to be bailing him out all night.
And you can hear Yallop on the sideline, make him go backwards. Here's Malloy with a line drive, and that's going to miss low and wide. Not really much of a threat on Herrera, but another shot toward the goal for Memphis 901 FC.
Yeah, Frank Yallop make him go backwards, but it's a good striking range from Malloy. We've seen him hit them from there. Just dragged it wide of the goal, which is, you know, unusual for him. But again, they're taking the chance, trying to get the shots off. Eventually someone will connect. We're getting into good areas as well. It's a good sign.
Turchi with the win on the header. DaCosta gets in the blender, can't get it, but Jeremy Kelly comes out with it. It'll be interesting at the end of the first half just to look at Jeremy Kelly's heat map. The work that he has put in and the positioning he's had reminds me very much of the way he was utilized in 2022.
Yeah.
He was a here, there, everywhere kind of guy, and I think Stephen Glass has taken, you know, any geo-fencing off and just says, hey, go get him, lad. Here's an over-the-top ball for, well, guess who? Jeremy Kelly. And that is cleared out only as far as the edge of the box, but Monterey Bay does a good job of saving the ball, and now Rafael Baca. And now through, and it looks like Romig is just going to have to slide that out for a throw as Maury Donor continues to maraud down their right side for Monterey Bay. He's doing a really good job of picking his opportunities.
I wanted to start screaming at Akeem Ward, like, on your shoulder, turn your hips, but you know, you could see where it was going to go, you know.
Warn us before you do that. Let us turn the mic down.
Yeah.
Here's a through ball, an opportunity. Is there a handball in the box? There is no flag at the moment. Chase Boone wanted a handball, and now we have a penalty on a handball call on Akeem Ward, and there will be a penalty kick here in the 30th minute of action. Leston Paul says, hey guys, talk back.
I'm not sure about that, Tim.
There was a significant delay in the time that the ball was bouncing around until it was called. All right, let's see if we can pick out something here. Was that his hand, or was it Chase Boone's hand?
Boone hits it more than look, but then he delays. Can we see it again? That's...
It actually hit both of their hands. It hit Boone first and then Ward, it looks like.
Then I think he doesn't blow it for that one. I think he blows it for the... That is just unbelievable. Like, that is just unbelievable.
When you have a ball that is kicked within a foot of a player's hand like that, if that's the call... Well, that's the call.
Incredible.
And it looks like it is going to be Alex Dixon here in the 31st minute to try the penalty. The run up and tucks it away for a Monterey Bay goal in the 31st minute. His 11th goal of the season. He picks his corner and calmly strokes it into the back of the net for the visiting Monterey Bay.
And that's where football is so cruel. 9-1, all possession, brilliant chances. Drew Roming guesses the right side, but just
could not get his hand down low enough in time. In fact, watch, it goes under his arm. I think if he goes low and shoots his hand straight out, he gets a paw to it, but it slips underneath his arm. He got there in time. It just got under him. And now Dixon celebrates with his first goal of the night and his 11th on the season as Monterey Bay takes the lead on a very dubious call against Akeem Ward.
Yeah, I'd love to get another look at that at some point. That was just unbelievable. And the delay actually, it was like a 10-14 second delay that he didn't call it, which is...
Yeah, I don't understand the delay. Maybe that's above my pay grade. Here's a long ball.
It's just above us, Tim.
And Herrera lets that out for a goal kick.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah. Stephen Glass was irate on the sideline.
Here is a Celtic crossing corner kick. Aaron Malloy, a chance for Memphis in the 33rd minute to even it up. In swinger, that is going to be headed away, but only as far as Kelly. And now Leston Paul. Monterey Bay scrambles to reset its lines. And now Akeem Ward in the middle of the pitch looking for some help. He does find Lapa. Overcooks it to Leston Paul, but he's got plenty of time to make that stop. And now Leston sends it in. That's headed up. Herrera's going to try to catch that and keep that from going out from a corner, and he is successful doing that about a yard or two off of his end line. I mean, did they go to the ESPN app to look at a replay and then make the call? It took a long time to make the call for the penalty kick, and if they would have gone to the app, they would have seen that it looked like actually Chase Boone made first contact with Monterey Bay. But you know what? As they say, it is what it is, and we press on. Here in the 34th minute, Memphis has had its opportunities, and now for sure they need to convert that to get back into this game.
And you want a reaction now to 9-1. Plenty of time still left in this half. They've done it before. Can definitely do it again.
And now we've got a delay by Oakley.
And that should be a yellow card if he's kicking the ball away and slowing it down.
Maybe after 45 seconds they'll make the call on this too.
Yeah,
perhaps.
and I think that's what Caleb is saying. Yeah, I think that's what he's saying there.
And we are finally back underway. I guess we're going to wait and deliberate everything here. Maybe not. But the bottom line is Memphis needs a goal. They trail 1-0 here after a 31st minute penalty kick converted by Alex Dixon, his 11th of the season. Here's Luis Fernando. Fernando can drive with the left foot. Good pressure by Sam Gleedle, though. And now an overcooked pass again, and Chase Boone looking for Gleedle on the overlap. Picked off by Aaron Malloy. Here's Fernando. He's got space, and he's got some time, and he's got Leston Paul. Leston over to Akeem Ward. He's scored from this location before. He'll lay this off for Malloy. Malloy battles to maintain possession and gets it back to Akeem Ward. Watch Monterey Bay. They are stepping up their back line, forcing Memphis back. And now Akeem Ward taken away by Baca. Chase Boone drops it all the way back to Donor. And now Lara lifts it up and away. Can Turchi save it? He does not do so, and that is out for a Monterey throw.
Turchi, usually first touch is quality, just got away from him. Very unusual from the Brazilian.
Hugh Roberts looking for Dixon. Memphis regains possession. Now Akeem Ward for Memphis. Looking over the top, will that be for Fernando? It is. Here's DaCosta with an opportunity. Back toward Fernando. That is cleared in desperation, though. Well played by Kai Green. And now will we have a foul? Yep, body flies. Foul on Jeremy Kelly. Donor picks up that foul, and Monterey Bay will get the ball back here with a free kick. It's a good ball by Akeem Ward. Well placed, and then the header. Just a subtle touch.
Yeah, lovely little touch. And then it's actually a really good block because it's probably going to land right in front of Fernando.
Yeah, Kai Green on the spot for Monterey Bay.
I was actually expecting DaCosta just to strike it as well. Just have a shot, have a pot at goal, but...
As a coach yourself, you wouldn't have blamed him for that, would you?
No, I mean, you know, I wouldn't have, but, you know, you expect a man of, you know, in form like him, it's strike on goal, you know. I actually think it was very difficult to probably get the ball to Luis Fernando.
Hayden McFadden having a tough time, corralled, and then finally after the third hack, picks up the foul, and then quickly Graham Smith lofts it, looking for Jeremy Kelly, and Donor is first to the ball with a header. I think Graham Smith thought about lofting it on the first touch, but waited for the second. That's good work by Hugh Roberts as he's able to get that back to Herrera, and out of danger, at least for the moment. One touch and then stood up near midfield, and Dixon.
That's smart from Dixon.
Draws the foul, yeah.
He knew that he wasn't getting the ball back with his touch.
And now we've got our first card of the evening. Will that be on Graham Smith?
Again, maybe I'm just the coaching me, but that's a bit harsh. I think that's his first foul, isn't it?
Yeah, if first or second, maybe. Let's watch this again. You know, is he just going to call that a cynical foul that he just took him out of a penetrating run? All right, back to live action here in Memphis. 39th minute. A goal in the 31st by Alex Dixon is the difference. Into Crayon, Tim Van Horn with you from AutoZone Park, and Graham Smith indeed does draw the yellow card. Here's Maury Donor. Over to James Murphy. That's intercepted. Here comes Lucas Turchi. And now Leston Paul. Malloy shoved down. And now we got another whistle. Oh, come on now. Now here's the thing. The foul was called. Memphis stopped the ball and then restarted. And now your referee is going to allow everybody to set up defensively when Memphis had every right to restart. So now we're going to litigate this, let everybody set up. And Abdou Nadie has now slowed Memphis down.
Yeah, it's a foul. And then maybe someone said, like, hey, ref, come on, that's a card or something.
There's a ball in the box, headed weakly by Graham Smith, and that's going to be picked up by Carlos Herrera.
But it was made too easy then for them when they could reset, like you said, Tim. You know, quite happy to drop in while the ref talks to 4 or 5 people. Craziness.
Yeah, Smith just could not get a lot on that. And to the credit of Kai Green, he was well positioned for that.
Yeah, well positioned, powerful. You know, and he's good in the air as well, so.
And here comes Memphis 901 FC, Jeremy Kelly. He's got some space if he wants to go forward. Instead, he looks for a centering ball, and that is going to be just touched on, I believe, by Hugh Roberts. I think that's going to be a Memphis throw, and it ends up being so as Sam Gleedle makes a certain touch to make sure his teammates can set back up. 42nd minute at AutoZone Park. Memphis trails Monterey Bay 1-0. Memphis has had perhaps the best chances, but the penalty kick has been the difference. Here's an over-the-top ball to Sam Gleedle. Gleedle on the run. One man to beat, and that's Romick. Chips it up, and he misses wide.
They're claiming handball again. They're not happy.
And now Aiden McFadden's going to go in the book.
Yeah, that's.
And we'll have that in just a second. But here's another look at Gleedle. Oh, it bobbled on the pitcher's mound, I think. And then he tries with the outside of the foot. He gets too cute, and he pays the price. We'll see if that comes back to haunt Monterey Bay when you could have easily have struck that hard with the top of the boot or the left boot.
That would have been a dagger for 901. But, you know, great running by Leston Paul and to try and get back and put a little bit of pressure on him. McFadden does pick up the yellow, bit of frustration. I mean, I can definitely see why.
So a yellow card for dissent. And just seconds ago, we were talking about the great opportunities for Memphis, and then Monterey Bay just had a terrific opportunity itself as Gleedle was through to goal with just Romick to beat and didn't even challenge Romick. And now here's a bit of good 1-2 work by Monterey Bay. That's Rafael Baca. And then dug out well by Lucas Turchi. You mentioned Turchi earlier, and you mentioned that he was more of an attacking player when he got here. And here's the he got his money's worth. He got a few words after the fact.
He gave it to him. He's feisty. Fair play to him.
Here's Leston Paul. Now to Aaron Malloy. To Fernando under his boot, and that's going to be turned over to Monterey Bay. There's Turchi again. We mentioned earlier, he was more of an attacking player, but he has embraced the role as a defender, and that's just being a good professional. Yeah, and now a man goes down just outside the box. That is DaCosta, and that'll be a foul on Kai Green.
Yellow card. Are we getting a yellow card, or is it just spraying?
It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous position, about 23 yards
Here's the
from
captain.
goal.
Here's the captain, Leston Paul, pointing it out for him. You can hear what he's saying. How does Graham Smith get one? It's a great little ball. Yeah, there's no doubt he's pulling him.
And if he makes the turn successfully, he's through unimpeded
in on goal.
to goal.
Yeah, he's in on goal.
And Leston Paul is basically spelling this out.
And I mean, you can't really argue with 901. Like, both are the same thing, really. Actually, this one is even closer to goal. The other one is...
Look at this. Here, take a look.
Yeah.
If he makes the turn, all he has to do is allow the ball to come through on his strong foot.
And he's on the edge of the box.
Yeah, on his strong foot.
Yeah.
So let's see if Malloy can take care of this himself. Or DaCosta. Malloy, and that is blocked by the wall. Well done by Monterey Bay. And now pressure by Oakley. But Memphis forces it back in. Now an elbow in the back. That will go uncalled. And now over the top ball. That's a good ball, but nobody there, as Donor was making his run, but not quite there. It was a good idea. But Memphis was in position to take care of that. And we are just seconds away. There will be just 1 minute, a minimum of 1 minute of Miller Lite stoppage time.
Interesting, considering we had all these yellows, the talking to, and the penalty. Stephen Glass is hands out wide, going, where did you find a minute from?
Now Lapa calls for Akeem Ward to make his run. Low line drive that is headed up and away, but only to Jeremy Kelly, who maintains possession for Memphis. And now Bruno. Bruno finds Kelly to Fernando. Bruno could have a rip from there, but so could Aiden McFadden from the edge of the box. Left-footed drive up, but that's going to be settled down by Chase Boone. And then he lifts that out of danger momentarily for Turchi. And it looks like just the final seconds as Malloy has it, and he's not even going to go a second over that minute, give Memphis a chance in this match. And Stephen Glass is going to have a word or two. Or is he just urging his players to get away before there's any further trouble? Either way, surprisingly, Memphis 901 FC with the better chances trails at the half.
Born here, raised here, tested here, and proven here. With advanced engineering and power, a groundbreaking 3-link suspension, and personalized settings built for here, the fields, front lawns, and backyards of America. Bad boy, mow with an attitude.
At First South Financial, whether you're buying your first home or refinancing your current home, we will always find the most efficient home financing solution for your needs. First South Financial is a full-service mortgage lender offering VA, FHA, conventional, jumbo, and adjustable rate mortgage loans. We even offer loans with no points, fees, or closing costs. Let our lending experts help you find the loan that's just right for you. Visit firstsouth.com today.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. I'm talking with longtime customers about why they love the shot nurse. What do you love about the shot nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the shot nurse always has everything I need. And I don't need an appointment. I love it.
For efficient wellness and immunization services, the shot nurse is your wise choice.
Solutions you need with the personal touch. The shot nurse.
At Junk Luggers, our commitment to donating and recycling is a founding principle. We're a locally owned business, striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills by 2025. While quality customer service, respectful team members, and competitive pricing are all industry standards, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
Welcome back to AutoZone Park in Memphis, Tennessee, and a 31st minute penalty gives Monterey Bay the lead, 1-0 here in Memphis. Tim Van Horn and Inda Crayon here with you. Let's take a look around the league. 33 USL players called into international duty representing 18 clubs, including 5 for El Salvador and Puerto Rico and 4 from Trinidad and Tobago. It truly is an international league, isn't it, Enda?
Yeah, that's fantastic to see representation at their country, the country level. So, it shows the standard of the football in the league as well.
Yep, and then at the top of the East, Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay, they have clinched. Pittsburgh currently leads Tampa by 4 points for first place in the East, and that is a terrific race, and there's still a lot to be settled in the rest of the conference. And then also next up for 901 FC, Hartford Athletic comes to town next Saturday. We'll see you there for the 7 o'clock kickoff. 901 FC is unbeaten in 6 matches against Hartford, and you can get your tickets at Memphis901FC.com, and you'll definitely want to do that. Of course, this isn't the only match. It's the only match you really need to see tonight, but there is other action around the USL Championship. Plenty of good games, plenty of important games. As earlier on, Pittsburgh defeated Loudoun United 2-1. Detroit City leads the Miami FC 2-0. How about that match with Tampa Bay and Louisville City? 1-1 in the 60th.
Yeah, that's a tight affair.
And then Charleston Battery leads San Diego Loyal 2-0. Coming up, we'll have standings and stats and more from AutoZone Park. Right now, though, Memphis 901 FC trails Monterey Bay 1-0 at the half. We'll be right back with USL Championship Soccer.
Those topics, I mean, yeah, that's how today we're going to go topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
And there's a look at the Collierville Cuties. Collierville, a suburb of Memphis, and a lot of spirit out there, and a lot of spirit in the stands, and there's plenty to cheer for still. 45 minutes to go, but Memphis 901 FC has some work to do. They trail 1-0 to Monterey Bay. Welcome back. I'm Tim Van Orden. Enda Crayon is with us. Let's take a look at the standings in the USL Championship. First of all, in the Eastern Conference, FC Tulsa, big win midweek. They have leapfrogged Detroit City in that 8th slot, but Memphis 901 FC chasing Louisville and being chased by Indy.
Yeah, it's getting tight in there, so every point actually matters at this point. So 901 will be looking to at least get something from this match tonight to stay in with the rest of them around them there.
Sure, and don't count out Miami FC either with 29 points. 10 teams in it right now for 8 slots, but as we mentioned before the break, Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay really rising to the top. But look at Charleston Battery nipping at their heels as well. They could end up in the best in the East. And that's how things stand for the playoffs race in the East. And as we mentioned before the match, Monterey Bay's on the outside looking in, 9th place in the Western Conference. But a victory tonight would put them in great shape and put them in the running to sneak into the playoffs. But But I tell you what's incredible is the way that the match has worked out. Memphis has had almost 2-1 in possession. Shots, 3 times as many shots. The only shot on target was the penalty kick for Monterey Bay, and that was in the 31st minute when Alex Dixon had the goal. Expected goals, though, Memphis had some great opportunities, some terrific saves by Carlos Herrera. But hey, I mean, credit to Monterey Bay. They have had at least a couple of opportunities here and there.
Yeah, and especially the highlight is the one that they'll wish to get back is the 1v1 with Drew Roaming. So, I mean, listen, they're sitting in, they're getting into their back 5, and then they're waiting for that specific moment to try to get at 901. So, you know, they're going to really have to watch the counter-attack here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Memphis 901 FC, I would assume if you're Stephen Glass, if you're in the locker room at the moment, you say you're hard done by, but keep it up, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can't really dwell on it because you've got 45 minutes of football to play, and you need to get a result, and you want to get a result. So, obviously, yeah, they've played well, but they are down a goal, and it's going to have to be 45 minutes of like they started out the match, and just don't dwell on the ref. Obviously, if you're on a card, I'm sure he's going to be saying, hey, listen, we know he's made some bad decisions, just focus on the match, focus on getting that ball in the net, and I think if 901 can get 1, I think they'll get 2.
And speaking of cards, you've got Graham Smith, Aiden McFadden, 2 of your back 4 on a yellow card. Will that impact substitutions? The only way to know is to play the match, and that is coming up in just a few moments. Memphis 901 FC trails Monterey Bay 1-0. We're at the half with the USL Championship.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Roll it down. I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
And we're 1-0, and let's take a look at what's coming up next. Of course, Memphis 901 FC will host Hartford on the 16th. We hope you'll join us here, and then back on the road for a couple of games, including a midweek tilt in Tampa, and then back home on the 30th against Birmingham Legion and El Paso Locomotive. And you can get your tickets for the home matches at Memphis901FC.com, and we would love to see you out here. Some Southern hospitality, get some barbecue nachos. You never know. You may see Enda Crayon out and about in the city. You know, you'll sign an autograph.
Very rare these days with coaching and 2 small children, but yeah, it's a rarity, Tim.
Are you with me on the 30th there? I think so. Yeah.
I
think you're joining me in between coaching 2 college matches.
Yeah. It's been busy lately, but happy to help out and join on the call with you guys.
All right. Well, here's Memphis 901 FC. They have had their talk from Stephen Glass. Frank Yallop has had his discussion with Monterey Bay, and at this point, I would assume it's keep on keeping on because Memphis has had good pressure. They've had their moments. They have had more than 2.5 times, I believe, the number of passes. So they've had plenty of possession of the ball. Now it's just converting. And now Baca, Herrera, Kai Green, Hugh Roberts, they're getting set. And it's time for the rubber to meet the road here. This is a critical match for both of these clubs. Monterey Bay would love to pick up a result on the road for their playoff push to sneak in to the West. And then, of course, Memphis 901 FC needs to continue to win because they've got Indy 11 on their backs.
Yep.
And the higher you can climb, the longer you can continue hosting playoff games in the East. And we saw how exciting that was last year when Memphis hosted Detroit City FC and won their first ever playoff game, and it was right here at AutoZone Park. Second half underway, Memphis 901 FC in their dark blues, and of course Monterey Bay in the whites. Indy Crayon, Tim Van Horn with you. It's second half now, off and running in Memphis, and we've already had our first substitution. Chase Boone is coming off, and he'll give way to Walmer Martinez here in the 46th minute. So one substitution already for Frank Yala. We got an offside call here to start the second half, and there'll be a restart for Monterey Bay. So Martinez comes in, no goals or assists. This may be to spell maybe Boone took a knock or was just limited in action this evening.
Yeah, I expect a lot of substitutions here in the second half. I'm sure both benches are going to be active.
It's a beautiful night, though. So notice we did not take a hydration break. And there's a foul against Monterey Bay.
Sure the players aren't missing those hydration breaks, Tim. Those were tough nights.
Now DaCosta looking for a runner and nobody home on that. Turchi asserting himself, wins it for Memphis. Now Akeem Ward is being pressed by Sam Gleedle. And now Aiden McFadden over the top. He's got Bruno Lapa if he can save it. He does. Chips it into the backside of the box, but overcooks that. And Maury Donor is there. And that will be off of Jeremy Kelly for a Monterey Bay throw. First time these clubs have met. Memphis with the big win against Tampa Bay midweek. El Paso last week with the big, or rather Monterey Bay with the big 2-1 win over El Paso last weekend. Something's got to give tonight, though. There's Bruno Lapa. He's got Fernando, who is onside. He works the right wing. Several step overs. Brings it back. He's got McFadden. He'll take it himself, perhaps. Left-footed shot right at Herrera, though. I thought maybe that back post was exposed, but Herrera down and covers quickly.
Yeah, back poster. I thought Herrera might spill it for DaCosta, but he's had a pair of safe hands already tonight on a few occasions. So Fernando's so difficult when he's in this this zone, twisting and turning.
That's terrific work. To be honest with you, I did not think he would be able to create a chance, but yeah. I'll be darned if he didn't.
Yeah, twisting and turning. He's so difficult to defend when he gets you 1v1 like that.
I like his ink work too. He's got some solid ink.
Yeah, he can pull it off. Not me or you, Tim, though.
Yeah, well, you know, when I was younger, I probably should have gotten some because I gained weight as I got older. I would have gotten more bang for the buck because the ink would have spread out. Yeah. It'd have been more value per square foot.
Yeah, those days are over for me, I think.
Yeah, the only ink I got is paying the utility bill with a check every now and then.
Yeah, the old pen.
Here's Turchi. He's got Akeem Ward. Akeem loves to run the wing. He'll cut inside this time. Looking for DaCosta. Couldn't find him, but Malloy scoops it, looking for McFadden. McFadden wins it just barely, maintains possession for Memphis. Oh, and Malloy with a giveaway to, I believe that's to Gleedle. And now Malloy, good positioning to win it back. Now we've got a scramble along the sideline. Turchi, no foul called. Play on, says the referee. And a through ball to Akeem Ward. He's got space. Fernando on the backside. DaCosta, top of the box, lays it off for Lapa, curved, and just wide of the goal to the left. Good opportunity for Memphis. Good work to maintain possession. A good counterattack, but the finish just a little wide.
Yeah, just couldn't get it down. He thought about crossing across in the box. Then we thought DaCosta was going to pull the trigger, and then Lapa just couldn't bend it into that far corner. That's twice tonight. I thought DaCosta should have pulled the trigger on his left foot. Like I said, for a man in form, I would have expected him just to get that on frame there. Stephen Glass is irate again. It's at another call. The ref's having none of it. He's just...
Glass politicking on the sideline. Yeah, trying to get a call maybe later in the match. And now Turchi will drop it all the way back to roaming to spread the defense out. And you mentioned informed DaCosta. As a coach who has worked with players at a high level, do they just know?
Yeah, I mean, guys like that, yeah, they just know. They just know, but I'm expecting, you just expect them to pull the trigger, right, in those areas.
Rafa goes to Dixon, and now they'll work it wide to Donor. Rafael Baca taking his time here. No rush for Monterey Bay. They'd love to add a second, but a good spell of possession will do just fine for them as well. Oh, nice back heel to free up Oakley. Looking for a turn with Gleedle, who's playing more forward here in the second half. Tactically a little bit different than earlier in the match. Memphis able to snuff it out here in the 52nd minute. With Indy Cray and Tim Van Horn with you in Memphis, Tennessee. A 31st minute goal off of a penalty kick by Alex Dixon, his 11th goal of the season. That's the difference in this match. Now Memphis will swing it around the back four with Graham Smith going to Leston Paul. Good turn by McFadden, fighting off the challenge. Didn't quite have Fernando. Fernando made the run, though, to try to create an opportunity. Instead, Memphis will play it back far side to Akeem Ward. Now Leston Paul picks out Bruno Lapa. We saw Akeem launch against Indy 11 from that spot just a few weeks ago. Now Lapa into the box, and that is going to be shepherded out and away for a goal kick.
Yeah, it's patient from 901. They're just wanting a little bit more in the box, maybe. A bit more activity. You just want Fernando just to step there and make a run and in between defenders or something just to offset them, but nothing came. Another good opportunity for 901.
There's Carlos Herrera. Much quieter start to his second half than the first half, when he was called into action in the first 2.5 minutes to make a terrific point-blank save. I'm sure you'll see that on the Save of the Week contender video.
Yeah,
USL,
that's a good one.
Yeah, USL Championship does a great job with those, and I'm sure he'll be a part of that coming up. Graham Smith goes diagonally. It's got Jeremy Kelly, and then offside flag is going to go up.
Yeah, he's...
See the drum line. You've heard the drum line in the distance too. They are banging the drums. They're wanting the melody of a goal. Here's Bruno, now to Fernando. Kicks it over to DaCosta, now to Kelly. Oh, and that was telegraphed and well read.
Yeah, just a little square pass.
Alex Dixon making the read on that. He was the goal scorer earlier. And now here he comes down the right wing. He's got Oakley that's now crisscrossing with him. He's bumped off of the ball. Yeah, nice job. Good team defending by Memphis.
There you see how vulnerable they are, 901, when Akeem Ward is so high in that space that it leaves. So great tracking there from Aaron Malloy, though.
Scooped over to Lapa. Headed down and a shot and a drive just wide. Was that Leston Paul?
Leston Paul again. Yeah, he's had a few looks tonight. That is fantastic build up again. Brilliant little ball here. Look at this little cushion header from Lapa. Fantastic, sits up lovely.
And he drove through it, didn't he?
Yeah, he drove it. He just, if it's on frame, it's probably in the net.
Listen, if he bags that, just get on the walkie-talkie and get a defibrillator.
Yeah, I'm up on this. I'm up on the table if that goes in.
And believe me, we want it for him. He's been here since the first minute of the first game of Memphis 901 FC back in 2019. Very unselfish player. In fact, he may have to go to HR and fill out a form when he takes a shot asking why he passes so much. Here's Lapa, but that's going to be Herrera off of his line like a cat and is able to pounce on that about 8 yards from goal. Another good read.
Yeah,
but this is a terrific ball in. Just a little heavy from Aiden McFadden. Had the good spin, broke in. It's going to play right into the path of Lapa. Maybe 10 yards further back, that's going to be a handful.
Yeah, he's got a lovely range of passing, little outside to the boot, little insides that he can pull off. McFadden, since he's joined the club, we've seen a few of them, highlights of him.
Wilmer Martinez gives chase to Fernando, but Fernando's able to find Akeem Ward, who makes a turn to the outside. He's got DaCosta, who is onside. He looks for a centering pass. That's going to be blocked out for a throw. Kai Green defending. And now this is lobbed to the far side of the box for Aiden McFadden. McFadden takes a drive. That's going to curl back, but that's going to be over. I couldn't tell if that was a shot or more likely a cross to the back post, perhaps.
Nah, I think he's just trying to whip it, get around it, and make the keeper kind of come and put it in front of the keeper, you know, between the players and the keeper, but he just got a little bit too much on it.
Good initiative, but I think he'd want that one back.
He will want that one back, no doubt. But again, positive from 901. You know, you see Turchi stepping in, switching the play. It's fantastic, but we just need to get something on the end of it.
And in the meantime, Memphis 901 FC needs to make sure that the back is shored up in transition, because with all of this pressure comes quick opportunities in the USL Championship. Oh, and that one just gets away from Donor, and that is going to be a throw-in for Memphis. Memphis now is 69% of the possession. And sometimes clubs would be happy to concede that. I don't know if that's the case, because I think it's been quality attacking possession for Memphis. So I think Monterey Bay will not like that number at this point. I don't think Frank Yallop would be pleased. He will be pleased by the scoreline, though. 1-0 from Monterey Bay. Here's Oakley with the turn foul on Malloy.
Yeah, see there, you know, like I said, sit in the back five, give Memphis, you know, make it difficult for them to play. Try to counter. You know, they know Memphis is going to push full backs forward, and Monterey is quite happy sitting in and just countering.
James Murphy restarts that, the former Rio Grande Valley FC player. We're going to have a restart now at the other end for Memphis. And if you're wondering, there's plenty of activity off of both benches.
Yeah, like we expected, yeah.
And both clubs have firepower. Jeremy Kelly with the turn on the right of his boot. That's taken away though, and now in transition. Monterey Bay will try to break quickly. Here's Oakley. He is stripped, but only just temporarily. And now here is Baca with an over-the-top ball. Roman has to win that, and he does.
And it's brilliant from Drew Roaming. That's the danger there. Just, you know, overplay the pass, lose the ball. It's one pass and it's gone. Look at that.
That's a beautiful ball over the top. And here comes Donor, and Romig reads it perfectly and clears it out into section 117.
Yeah, at least.
For a throw-in. I think that might have been row K. Hugh Roberts. Now over to Wilmer Martinez. Looks to drive, but he's repelled by Fernando. They'll go at it one-on-one again. Fernando strips him, and then Leston Paul shoved down. Cynical foul. Right in front of the referee.
Look.
Oh, now he's being called back. Let's see what happens here. It's like, come here, my friend, come here. I will not hurt you.
Yeah.
You know what he is doing, though, with this desadulation? He is allowing Monterey Bay to set up their defense. Memphis cannot restart quickly because this referee decides he wants to have a lecture for every Monterey Bay foul. Well, not every foul, but
a lot of them, though.
Yeah.
And we see them wondering how these are not yellow cards, how they're slowing down the game.
No.
And it's unusual. It's unusual that he's letting them away with all this, but...
And even if that's not a cautionable offense, the fact that Monterey Bay is allowed to reset their defense is an advantage.
Well, and if there's lip back, right? If the player's actually giving them, you know, talking back, then where's the card on that too? So it's just it's mixed signals really if you're 901.
Here's Aiden McFadden. McFadden cuts it back to Malloy. Malloy does get this pass to Akeem Ward. He thinks about lifting it into the box, but he goes back to Leston Paul, and they play a 1-2. Now down the wing, that ball is deflected, and that is out for a Celtic crossing corner kick off of Maury Donor. So another opportunity for Memphis. This will set things up for Aaron Malloy. Memphis with two inside of the 6-yard box, but now they converge. Low line drive. Turchi with the first. Headed away again by Monterey Bay, though, and that's going to be out this time for a Memphis throw. No, a Monterey Bay throw. Oh, okay, now they get it right. Okay.
Center official saying on him.
My word. Leston Paul now chips it into the box, looking for Fernando, but that is headed away and cleared out. Monterey Bay scrambles to clear their line. They do. They reset. And now Jeremy Kelly. Kelly lays it off for Akeem. Turchi. Back post for McFadden. I believe that is last off of Monterey Bay. And coach, you are right. That will be another Celtic crossing corner kick for Memphis 901 FC. I believe this will be their 5th one of the match.
Yeah, a bit more pressure now coming from them. We just need something here on a corner, a flick, second ball, something.
Here's the outswinger, top of the box, headed up and over, should be...
Looked like a corner.
They're going to say a goal kick.
Yeah, that one looked a corner to me as well.
Headed down by Graham Smith, but corralled by Monterey Bay. Here's Martinez to Gleedle. Now Dixon, the goal scorer, with his 31st minute penalty, his 11th goal of the year. This is laid off down the wing to Martinez, who centers that, but he only finds McFadden, but he's got some pressure. Donor will drop off. And McFadden decides he's going to carry this, or rather it's Jeremy Kelly. And now Memphis finally clears it out of their defending third, but only as far as Lara. That's taken away, though, and now DaCosta and Lapa. Can they move quickly on this? McFadden recovers nicely. Back to the right side. And now Fernando. Back to McFadden. There's a drive, it's deflected, and that is well taken by the keeper, Herrera, who makes sure that he does not step into the goal with the ball. Good presence by the goalkeeper. Another ambitious effort by Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis broke quick, tried to get higher up the pitch quick before they dropped into the back five, but just couldn't pull it off. I mean, it's a decent cross. I mean, but again, just a foot in from Monterey Bay, just to deflect it to the keeper's hands.
DaCosta was in an offside position. He resets, though, and that's why he didn't go after that ball. McFadden with the nice turn to the outside. He's got some room. He'll make a nice push to Bruno Lapa. And now to Jeremy Kelly. Jeremy Kelly, a left-footed drive, and that doesn't trouble Herrera too much, as I think that one, he hit that one fat, and Herrera was able to get behind that pretty easily.
Yeah, I thought it was going to sneak in the bottom corner, actually. He could have actually played in Akeem Ward as well, but he saw the opportunity. You see Akeem getting overlapped.
That would look like that might have been going wide, but still a good effort by Jeremy Kelly. Memphis, another attempt at goal.
Yeah, and through some bodies as well. You never know what can happen.
True. Now drop back to Herrera. Now he's tested. He doesn't get to use his hands, and he plays it right to Memphis. Lapa now to Fernando. The keeper is back into the goal, though. Good recovery after scuffing the clearance. But Memphis continues to turn the screws. Leston Paul cuts it back inside to Luis Fernando. What can Jeremy Kelly do here? Top of the box. Deflection and over the top of the goal. Almost an own goal.
I thought that was going to nestle in the far corner as well.
But that'll be another Celtic crossing corner kick. Good work by Jeremy Kelly, putting this onto his right foot. And then the double deflection.
But this is where we need 901 players, is 1v1, edge of the box, trying to drive at them, create and cause a bit of madness.
Into the box, touched away by Hugh Roberts. Here's Akeem Ward, deflected here, there, and everywhere, still alive. There's a drive, and it's over the top. Was that Turchi or was that Lapa? I think that might have been Bruno Lapa. We'll see on the replay, but that is about 8 rows over the goal.
Looked like 2 of them went for it.
Here's another look at the play. As Akeem sends this into, starts playing Plinko.
Yeah, it's 2 of them, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks like that was sailed over by Bruno, but Memphis converging, right place at the right time, just didn't have the finish down pat. 69th minute, Memphis 901 FC trails Monterey Bay 1-0. Here's a 1-2 pass. Lapa along the sideline, cuts inside. And now we have, is this going to be a goal kick? It is. That is a heads-up play by Maury Donor, as there was a race with Bruno Lapa for the ball. Good cut inside, but then Donor able to get the inside track. You know what? It wasn't even, Donor didn't even take the last touch. It was just heavy.
Yeah.
And now we've got a player down on the far side near midfield. Let's see who we have down here. I believe that is going to be Alejandro Lara is down for Monterey Bay. I don't know. I did not see what happened with that.
No, I didn't see it either.
But what we will get is an improvised hydration break while he's tended to.
There you go.
And we'll keep an eye out for any substitutions as well. You know what? There it is. Maybe right there. He caught his right ankle. Maybe
just twisted.
Just an innocuous turn, and these things happen. He was. It did not look like he was on the grass that meets the temporary grass that's down. I think that was just out on the natural pitch itself.
Yeah, it lets Monterey, though, they've been under a lot of pressure, get a little break as well.
And here's that again. Nice. It's a good job by Bruno to be able to get rid of the ball. Yeah, it's just a turn near midfield. No foul, nothing there. So it looks like we're going to have a substitution. Alex Dixon is going to go off, and that will make way for Adrian Revelar. 2 goals, 2 assists on the season. He's got the number 7 jersey. So Revelar is in. Dixon is out. He got the goal, the penalty kick in the 31st minute. He is the difference in this match. Lara will stay in the match. And he's been summoned back onto the pitch. Now we got another Monterey Bay player down. And this time it is going to be Ugo Oakley. He's down.
I don't know if there's much in that either.
And DaCosta is livid that we're seeing a succession of stoppages on behalf of Monterey Bay, rightly or wrongly. And let's see what happens here.
Just jumps.
Did he? Is it his knees, perhaps? I mean, he landed on his knees. That's a hard landing. I don't believe there was a foul in that. And we hope he's okay. He's been terrific tonight. And is that a tear in his sock? Or maybe he has grass caught in the fold.
Yeah. Turchi wins the ball. I don't know.
That should be an uncontested drop for Memphis 901 FC if the soccer gods are playing this fairly.
Yeah, we've had 2 or 3 stoppages now, so
it'll be interesting to see how much stoppage time that we get. And we do get an uncontested restart for Memphis. But Monterey Bay has set up defensively. '73rd minute. 1 substitution thus far for Monterey Bay. Memphis has yet to pull the trigger on any changes. Or rather, 2 substitutions for Monterey Bay. 1 at the start of the second half. Here's Jeremy Kelly. He's working far side. He drops it for Leston Paul, who has a little bit of space. Jeremy Kelly may be offside. The flag stays down, though. Scooped up and smartly played by Carlos Herrera, who steps right in to intercept.
Just too close to Herrera. Good idea again from Kelly, but just way too close.
The flag goes up. We'll have an offside on Oakley, who decides to take an extra step for, what, the 2nd time tonight? Will he go in the book?
No.
No.
That's the 2nd time, look.
See, even Graham Smith agrees with us.
I know. I mean, Tim, it's just so obvious. Like, it's like, you know, and you get frustrated then as a player when this stuff keeps going on.
Now DaCosta. Play it back to Lapa. Weston Paul churns out a nice cross to McFadden. McFadden being jostled by Revelar, but he continues to maintain possession for Memphis as he gives it up to Aaron Malloy. Fernando sends it in, played down, still alive, and that's going to be cleared by Baca, and that'll be out for a Memphis throw.
Bit of patience now is needed again.
Lapa maintains it, steps in front of Ward. Clock now starting to not be an ally. Here's Aiden McFadden, near side of the box. Sent in, headed down, but only to Lapa. Bruno! And that is driven and blocked and out for
What a block.
a Memphis throw.
Unbelievable block.
This is a terrific ball by McFadden. Tell you what, and headed away, but settled nicely into the running path where Lapa can just get a good drive on that. Now, here's McFadden again for Memphis. Lays it off for DaCosta with a drive, and that one is going to head up and over for a goal kick, and we'll have a further delay as that ball stays on the pitch. And one of the ball crew, or one of the players, will come and get it. Time starting to tick away from Memphis.
I'm expecting upwards of 5 minutes, Tim, into the game.
Well,
you're not so confident, though?
You can expect all you want. We were expecting 2 or 3 in the first half.
Yeah, still lots of time here, so for 901, I know it's going down, but I just expect them to keep knocking on the door here.
Memphis needs more DaCosta. They need more Bruno Lapa. They need more Fernando. But any hero will do.
Anyone.
Here's Aiden McFadden. There's a beautiful ball into the middle of the box. Nobody there from Memphis, but settled far side by Akeem Ward. Akeem thought about shooting, could not make the turn and get around the ball, so Leston Paul sends it back into the mixer. Chested down by DaCosta and then chipped out. Can Memphis keep it? No, they cannot, as Hugh Roberts is able to clear it and then head it on by James Murphy. And now Sam Gleedle. And then eventually just booted down the pitch. Anywhere will do for Alejandro Lara. And that ball curved out and then back in. It was out of bounds in the air, which will do just fine for a Memphis throw. So now Aiden McFadden for Memphis. Monterey Bay. They have withstood the push by Memphis. They have bent, but they have not broken, to their credit. Oh, that's a good read, but also that's a good job by Fernando to maintain possession, and now a foul. And this is going to be at an acute angle. This is going to be about 25 yards off the end line, but almost to touch.
Yeah, it's a good angle, though. You see Herrera cheating a little bit. He's ready to come for it already. Malloy can work him and maybe move him a little bit more.
Backside, headed up and over. And was that Lucas Turchi that got a head on it? It was.
Looked like Turchi was being held as well from getting to the ball. Look at this, hand around the neck.
Yeah, that's not getting called tonight by this crew. Play on says, oh, no, he's going to bring it back, and McFadden's on a yellow. He's got to be careful. Did the fourth official make that call?
How late is that again? I think he just gave it because it looked like Frank Yallop said something. You can see it here.
Oh.
No, and then he lets it play.
Yeah.
5-6 seconds, yeah, it's an interesting one tonight.
Good work by Fernando. Jeremy Kelly looking for DaCosta. Zigged when he thought he was going to zag. And that will be kept in. About 10 minutes and some stoppage time for Memphis. Go time is now. And you can see the line sinking further and further back for Monterey Bay as they are now more content to play compact and dare Memphis to find a channel to work through. Possession on the night, 70% now for Memphis.
Yeah, it's been all Memphis. They just can't seem to get an opportunity to break down this back five when they get in there. Just knowing Memphis 901, though, there will be another chance for them. Maybe a couple.
Especially if this past Wednesday was any indication.
Yeah. Looks like a couple of subs are coming, which we expected, which will cause a little bit of mayhem for Monterey now. Something new.
You know, we haven't seen tonight Samuel Carriega come in, who flipped the game on its head Wednesday against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I expect him. I expect Rashan Dale.
But here comes a counterattack by Monterey Bay. They're looking for a second. There's a drive, and that is well played by Memphis. Played the angles well, nowhere to go except the side netting. Goal kick here in the 82nd minutes.
They've really not looked that threatening to 901's back four keeper when they have got in little possession areas like that.
Not a good choice by Revelar.
Yeah.
He did have Gleedle in the middle. He also had a drop to kill some time. Yeah. But I guess sometimes your eyes get big. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Poor decision, yeah.
All right, here comes Memphis and Jeremy Kelly. And now Leston Paul will swing this over to Aid McFadden. He thinks about swinging it into the box. Well defended, though, and Memphis brings it back out to Leston Paul. Now Fernando. Tight quarters here from Memphis. They need to get off of the wing and in toward the goal. There's a 1-2 looking for Kelly, and that is punched away by Wilmer Martinez, who's now on the back line. He was able to get a good, strong touch to that and clear that out near midfield. Nice job by Monterey Bay FC. Here comes Leston Paul. Now to Aiden McFadden. He'll chip it into the box and again headed away, but only as far as Aaron Malloy and Luis Fernando. Line drive over to Akeem Ward. Caught under his feet. He couldn't do much with it other than settle and turn back to the middle of the pitch. Oh, there's a bad giveaway by Malloy. And now Rafael Baca with a race with Leston Paul. Leston wins it. And Memphis stopping a counterattack. That could have been terrible for Memphis, and now they have another chance here with Akeem Ward. Ward looking for something in the box, but not finding it. Now Gleedle was looking for Oakley. No dice there. We see substitutions near midfield waiting in the wings for Memphis. Who will it be? We'll have to wait for a moment at least. Fernando with a drive across the box, headed up by Hugh Roberts, but only to Malloy. And that one is just going to squirt through. And an easy cover-up for Carlos Herrera.
Yeah, easy one for him. Good strike from Malloy, caught it well. Fernando 1v1 in the box, causing havoc, but it's just almost and nearly is what we've been saying tonight. And that's too easy for Herrera. I mean, he has to be either side of him. He's caught it well, good pace on it, but it's just too straight.
Now we've got a foul against Monterey Bay on the 50-50 ball, and that will allow for some substitutions. And it looks like Knight Pickering is going to enter the match, and he will come in for Aiden McFadden. So Pickering on the year, 4 goals, 4 assists. And then Rashawn Dolly will come in for Leston Paul. So these are absolutely offensive substitutions for Stephen Glass in Memphis 901 FC. Dolly on the year, 3 goals and an assist. So all the firepower, the kitchen sink, he's bringing it right now here in the 85th minute for Memphis 901 FC. And here's Dolly. Dolly with that long stride. There's a drive, and that is going to be out for a Celtic crossing corner kick. Very productive first series for Rashawn Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly, you know what you're going to get with him. You know, he's a great runner with a ball. You know, he's a physical presence as well. So we expect some trouble from these corners as well from him.
And he's got some height. You've got Graham Smith, you've got Dolly, you've got Turchi, you've got some beef in there. Launched toward the back corner, still alive, DaCosta. Gonna be out for a goal kick.
It just wouldn't come down for Turchi. I thought it was gonna lay up for a volley for him when it fell, but not to be.
DaCosta to Lapa. Good 1-2 work, and just a heavy touch and out for a throw. Memphis needs to reset, see if they can have at least another couple of opportunities. 87th minute plus Miller Lite stoppage time. Did that throw even come in?
Not sure.
Do we have a throw-in violation, and Memphis 901 gets the ball. That should be a Memphis throw. It will be. They need to get the ball quickly over. They do. Rashawn Dolly won't wait for a designated thrower to take it. He takes it himself. Time is of the essence for Memphis. Monterey Bay now with all 11 within about 40 yards of the goal. Here's Bruno Lapa. Bruno to Knight Pickering. Now to Kelly, spins it. Over the top to Fernando. The layoff, and that is sniffed out well by Martinez. Martinez able to clear it out. Memphis will try this again with Bruno Lapa. To Akeem Ward, he's double teamed. Chips it far side of the box for Dolly. Header, and just to the right. But in all honesty, Carlos Herrera had that goalpost covered on the near side. Not a lot of venom on the header, but the plans were drawn up well. I think Dolly was going away from the ball and just could not get any drive on it, but he was positioned.
Positioned well, yeah, he was right there. Good little ball. He's hung it up at the back post as well. So
here's Oakley in for Gleedle. He's in an offside position, though. That's no touchy-touchy. 89th minute, and here comes Memphis again. Dolly with those strides down the near side. Almost a self-inflicted error. He saves it, though, to his credit. And now Jeremy Kelly looking for Akeem Ward. That will stretch the defense out. Back far side looking for Dolly. He goes down. Is there a flag? Is there a whistle? A flag goes up, and now it will be a throw-in, and then the referee points in the other direction.
Interesting one.
Let's see what we have. Let's take another look.
Yeah, it looked like Dolly ran into one, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, hey, to be fair, the look here.
Yeah. And then he fell over,
He stumbled over into, he did stumble over into the Monterey Bay player, to be fair. I found it interesting that the officiating crew pointed in opposite directions, though.
Are you shocked?
I believe the referee got the call right with the foul.
Yeah,
though. I think the assistant was going to call for the throw-in.
He got that one right,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we'll certainly call it when it's right.
Yeah, that was definitely right.
Fernando looking for a run on Akeem Ward. That was well sniffed out again. Monterey Bay trying to set their line. They do. Bumped in the back, no call. Lama drive, and that is just over the top for a goal kick. DaCosta looking for a foul in the box, no call. Here's another look. Delicious ball by Turchi.
5 minutes.
And now we, as you see, the fourth official has indicated a minimum of 5 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time.
It was fantastic little chest down as well from DaCosta. A little bump in the back, but
Smartly played by Graham Smith. Gets a little separation and gets it back to Drew Romick, who really hasn't had much to do tonight.
very little. Absolutely so little to do. They've almost just got the penalty, bunkered in and said, right, we're just going to try and...
Malloy telegraphs the pass. It is intercepted by Revelar. He's now double teamed, gets through one, shielded away, and Romick gets it quickly. He realizes no time to kill and quickly gets that back to Aaron Malloy. So we've burned through 1 minute of the 5. And now Jeremy Kelly dishes to Ward to Knight Pickering. Pickering, a left-footed drive top of the box. Contact, no call. Rashawn Dolly, and that is nowhere near the goal, as that was even outside the 6-yard box for a goal kick. I like the initiative, but from the moment that it was struck, there was no chance.
No. Decent ball from Knight Pickering. But then you want Daly there just to maybe go at him, you know.
Now Herrera drives this long, looking for Oakley. Is that off of Oakley last? We will see. No, it is off for a Monterey Bay throw here. So we're now coming up on our 3rd minute of Miller Lite stoppage time. Now somebody's going to go in the books.
He's just wasting time now. Like, this is fair enough. There's a card, but hurry up, take the throw.
So Revelar is going to go in the book for the yellow card, and now we've got the official, to his credit, has blown the whistle, made sure there were no shenanigans, got the play back underway. That's a good job.
Yeah, he's got that one. He's got that one spot on.
Turchi with a low line drive to Rashawn Dolly. Revelar back to defend. Memphis being very direct now, working their way closer. Ward, backside looking for Dolly, and he had no chance at that, as that was up and over, and really no chance to even go get it. That was well defended. Good team defense by Monterey Bay here in the 4th minute of stoppage time.
Yeah, he just arrived too early, and then the ball is, you know, hit into the area where he should have been coming into as a right-sided winger.
Is there a bit of magic left in this match for Memphis? We'll know in the next minute 45. Strong header by Dolly. Now Luis Fernando. He has room to run. He will give that to Jeremy Kelly. He has stood up. That is well done by Lara. Now over the top, looking for Oakley. Oakley against Graham Smith. Doesn't have to be in a rush. Gets to his left foot. There's a drive, and that is over the top and out for a goal kick. Memphis has to move quickly. And now Malloy gives to Akeem Ward. About a minute to go of Miller Lite stoppage time. Will there be added time because of the yellow card? Can't assume so. We had exactly 1 minute of stoppage time in the first half. Dolly. Now Jeremy Kelly. Kelly works down the edge of the box, looks for a low drive that is out for a throw. They have to move quickly. Now about 30 seconds of stoppage time remaining. Now back to Kelly. Inside to Lapa. He has a window that's deflected, and that slows it down, and that may just about do it as Carlos Herrera, who started the night with a heroic save, gets to end it with a fairly simple save at his near post.
Yeah, it's a decent strike.
I think it hit off of Gleedle.
Yeah, it took the fizz out of it. Will he give us 30 seconds?
All right, 5 minutes are up. Monterey Bay is instructing the referee to blow the whistle.
Let's have a look.
One last chance for Memphis. Memphis cannot afford to take their time here. They have to be direct. That's deflected, and that may just about do it, and that will do it from Memphis. The final whistle has blown, and Memphis has not been able to find the equalizer. A 31st minute penalty kick converted by Alex Dixon, his 11th goal of the season, sees Monterey Bay FC increase their chances of making the Western Conference playoffs as Memphis 901 FC's opportunity to climb higher towards sealing a home playoff game takes a dent tonight. Your final score, Monterey Bay 1, Memphis 901 FC 0. We'll come back with the final stats and wrap it up in just a moment. You're watching USL Championship Soccer.
With 1.99% APR for the first 6 months. If you're thinking about a major remodeling project, a home equity line of credit is a great way to make that happen. To find out more, visit firstsouth.com.
When people ask, why Bad Boy? It's simple. Every Bad Boy mower and every Bad Boy tractor are born from steel and built tough to the same standards that have made the Bad Boy brand legendary. Not only for toughness, but for power, for strength, for performance, quality, and comfort. These are the whys. You are the how. Start your legend. Bad Boy.
At Junk Luggers, our commitment to donating and recycling is a founding principle. We're a locally owned business, striving to keep all reusable items out of landfills by 2025. While quality customer service, respectful team members, and competitive pricing are all industry standards, we stand out by donating and recycling whenever possible.
Consumer investigator Andy Wise here. For efficient immunizations and wellness services, the Shot Nurse is your wise choice. What do you love about the Shot Nurse?
Because of my work, I have to get a lot of vaccines for travel, and the Shot Nurse always has everything I need.
The Shot Nurse.
League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.